Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Julia Jenae. Thank you for following along with us as we are in day 2 of the convenience store murder trial for Rick Chow that's happening in Richland County, South Carolina. Today is more than day 2. This is a day that falls on the same day that this fatal incident happened. It's been 3 years since that 14-year-old lost his life. Take a look at some of what we've seen so far in this trial.
Chi Rick Chow and his son chased Cyrus Carmack-Belton over 130 yards.
But he didn't draw that weapon until his son was in danger of being shot.
And across this tape, sir, don't pick up anything off the ground either.
Did you see Cyrus Carmack-Belton turn around at any point?
No.
And at the end of the day, you didn't see a gun in Cyrus's hands.
What really happened that day back in 2023? That's going to be for a jury to decide. Defendant Rick Chow, he's accused of chasing down and shooting Cyrus Carmack-Belton, who was 14 years old. Prosecutors say that Chow wrongly accused the boy of shoplifting and then shot him in the back after that chase. The defense, though, says that Cyrus Carmack-Belton had a gun, which the defendant's son, who was also chasing with him, saw and let his father know. And that's when Chow had to intervene, firing his own weapon. Let's go back into court. We are listening to an investigator who looked at all of the crime scene evidence, looked at the autopsy, and right now he's showing the jury an x-ray of the victim's back. Why? Because that's where prosecutors say that this shooting victim was shot and that's what makes this murder and not self-defense.
X-ray. And lastly, Your Honor, I'm approaching the witness with workman mark for identification purposes as states Exhibit 9. You recognize what I just handed you?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This would be the package I submitted to evidence containing the projectile collected from autopsy.
Was it something that was it you who collected it from the coroner?
Yes.
Where did you take it after you collected it from the coroner's office?
It was immediately transported to our headquarters.
Did you do anything with it between the coroner's office and your headquarters?
I did not.
You just took it from the coroner's to Richland County?
That is correct.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time the state would offer State's Exhibit 9 in evidence only for identification purposes as a projectile.
No objection, Your Honor. Admitted to State's 9 without objection.
No further questions, Your Honor. Please answer anything from the defense.
Cross-examination.
Mr. Dooley, did you go to the, I'm not clear on this, may have been clear to the jury, I was having more trouble hearing you at my age, I guess. Did you go to the scene of this incident?
I did not.
Okay. But you did go to the pathologist's office where the autopsy was held?
That is correct.
So your job was, as you've said, to just take some photographs, collect some evidentiary items, is that right?
That's correct.
And among those items, you collected the things you testified to, and you took photographs, though we don't have them, you have them, I assume, of a backpack?
If I may reference, make sure.
Sure, absolutely.
I did not have a backpack.
Sorry?
I did not collect a backpack or photograph one.
Did you collect all of his clothing items?
All that were present at autopsy.
Did they include a hoodie sweatshirt,
They did.
red,
Yes.
with a picture on the front?
Yes.
And did that have a pocket on the front, big pocket?
It did.
Hands or whatever?
It did.
All right. Did you find anything in there?
Inside the hoodie pocket?
Yeah.
I did not.
Find any money? Nothing?
I did not.
Do you have a pair of pants, shorts, pants, long pants?
He was wearing or had black pants and blue and black shorts.
Are these long pants or shorts?
He had both.
Okay, had both on. Did you find any money or other wallet, credit cards in that item?
I did not.
In the shoes, did you collect both shoes or one shoe?
I collected one shoe.
Okay, we have Exhibit 75, which has been admitted. That's one. That's the side view of the shoe, I guess.
Yes.
And we've got 76, which is the top view of the shoe.
That would be correct.
The top shoe is laced, but would you agree that that's loosely tied?
It appears tied to me. I can't tell whether or not it would be tightly tied or not.
You don't know the difference between loose and tight, but okay. You didn't find any money, wallet, credit cards, or any items, anything in the shoes?
No, sir.
So, of all you collected at the autopsy in his personal belongings, no cash money,
None that I observed.
no credit cards,
No, sir.
no wallet,
No, sir.
no ID.
No, sir.
Thank you.
Anything over your act?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you step down. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, I think now is a good time to break for lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to excuse.
All right, that's it for the investigator. Let's bring in our guest to see what she thinks about what we've seen so far in this case. Law enforcement expert, litigation expert, Sonny Slaughter is with us. Sonny, good to see you. Tell me what you think about this case in general. We are getting close to the end of the prosecution's case in chief, so that means the jury has heard much of what should prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Hi, Julia. It's great to see you today. So I've been following along today, and it's a very compelling case. It's an emotional case, but the facts are clear to me thus far from the prosecution. The young man may have had a weapon, not relevant, because he was shot in the back over an alleged theft of water, which doesn't make sense. And what the defense is claiming as defense of self, defense of others, well, they were chasing him. So we're not having to guess about any of that because we actually see that caught on camera. They left out of their place of potential safety since they believed that there was a threat. And all three of them began to follow him, and then they began to chase him like a football field. So the facts seem to be kind of clear on the prosecution side. He was shot in the back. He was chased. There was no water bottle found. The weapon may or may not have been in his backpack, but that did not happen on the scene. And if they were in such fear for their lives, why did they even follow him? call the police over some water that can be replaced, and now this young man's life can't be replaced. So beyond a reasonable doubt, I think the prosecution, based on what they have charged and based on the facts that I've seen so far, they have met their burden.
Let's talk about that more, because you hit on a really important point there with the water bottles not being found on him. We know the surveillance video shows him perhaps taking the water bottles out of the freezer or the fridge and then putting them back. This witness just said that nothing of that sort was found on him. Also, no money found on him. But even if he had taken, let's say they didn't know what he took, but this is a convenience store. Only so many things you can take and be inside of a convenience store. The idea that they were chasing what appears to be a teen. He's not someone who is 18, 16, looks like he could be an adult, or he looks like a child. And they're chasing him with a gun. To what end? What happens once they catch him? What are you going to do when you do catch up with him, and what are you expecting to get back from him?
Exactly. That's not clear. And why even go? They have owned this store for some time. This would not be the first alleged robbery. And I'm sure they've had other incidents. Exactly. What you said? What were you intending to do? Were you going to hold him for the police? Well, why not call 911, get someone en route? You have a description. You have surveillance cameras. He must live in the area. None of that is clear except for the fact that they chased him. We see the holster. He is now deceased over water.
You know,
That's just ridiculous.
It reminds me of the Ahmaud Arbery case. It really does, because you had a situation where people are chasing an individual with guns that they believe has stolen something, has taken something. But then when things turn south, the first thing they do is claim self-defense. But they're the ones who brought the force. Not the exact same situation here, for sure. This is definitely a different set of circumstances, but really difficult for this jury in trying to figure out what they're going to find, because this defense has a very strong team. They had a very compelling opening statement. What are some of the strengths of the defense case, in your opinion, Sonny?
So some of the strength is that they can have an argument, that they can say that they were in fear for their lives, even though they were chasing him, that they can say there was a potential threat. And since I have not seen as of yet whether or not there's camera footage of the victim in this particular case right now having yielded a weapon, pulled out a weapon, or in some form or fashion acknowledge that he had one in the store, they can still claim these things. And there's always an argument for defense, because he shouldn't have been there. And they're going to focus on the gun, what could have happened, but not necessarily what did happen.
Sonny, stand by. I'm getting word that we have another witness that is about to take the stand, so we're going to slip in our break. When we come back, this forensic examiner is testifying. What are we going to learn? What is it going to reveal about the case? Don't go anywhere.